The alliance is shattered. Rhea Ripley just turned her back on IYO SKY in the most brutal way possible, and wrestling fans everywhere are losing their minds. What just happened backstage at Monday Night Raw? Stick around because we're breaking down every detail of this shocking betrayal. What's up, Suplex Rumble family? Welcome back to the channel where we bring you the biggest news, the hottest takes, and the most insane moments from the world of professional wrestling. I'm your host, and if you're new here, smash that subscribe button and ring the bell because you do not want to miss moments like what we're covering today. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most shocking backstage incidents in recent Monday Night Raw history. Rhea Ripley and IYO SKY, two absolute powerhouses who seemed destined to dominate together, just had their partnership explode in the most devastating way possible. Let's get into it. Alright, before we get to the betrayal that has everyone talking, we need to understand how we got here. Let's rewind a few weeks. Rhea Ripley and IYO SKY. On paper, this alliance seemed unstoppable. You've got the Eradicator, the Nightmare, the absolute dominant force that is Rhea Ripley. Then you've got the genius of the sky, IYO SKY, one of the most innovative and fearless highflyers in the entire women's division. When these two started showing mutual respect a few weeks back, the wrestling world took notice. It started with a simple nod after a match. Then it was Rhea watching from the ramp during one of IYO's matches. Before we knew it, these two were standing side by side, looking like the most dangerous duo in WWE. The chemistry was there. The respect was there. They teamed up in a few tag situations, and let me tell you, they were demolishing the competition. Rhea's raw power combined with IYO's aerial assault? It was like watching poetry in motion, violent, devastating poetry. Fans were already fantasy booking their path to the Women's Tag Team Championships. Social media was on fire with fan art, dream match scenarios, and predictions about how long they could hold gold together. The WWE Universe was buying in completely. But here's the thing about alliances in professional wrestling, folks, they're always temporary. The question is never if they'll fall apart, but when and how. And boy, did we get our answer on Raw. Now let's talk about what actually went down backstage that has the entire wrestling world in absolute shock. The scene was set during Monday Night Raw. We're backstage in the locker room area, and the cameras catch Rhea Ripley and IYO SKY having what appears to be a strategy session. They're discussing their next moves, their next targets, seemingly on the same page. But there's tension in the air. You can feel it through the screen. IYO is animated, talking about wanting to prove herself as a singles competitor again. She mentions opportunities, mentions the women's championship picture, and you can see something shift in Rhea's expression. Rhea's eyes narrow, her jaw clenches. That intensity that makes her the Eradicator starts bubbling to the surface. She responds, and her tone is cold. She tells IYO that they are the focus, that the partnership is what matters, that IYO's individual ambitions need to take a back seat. IYO pushes back respectfully, but firmly. She says she never agreed to put her own dreams on hold. She respects Rhea, but she's not anyone's sidekick. And this is where everything changes. Rhea stands up. Slowly, deliberately. The atmosphere becomes electric with tension. IYO stands her ground, and for a moment, it looks like they might talk it out like professionals. And then bam! Rhea explodes. A vicious headbutt sends IYO stumbling backward. Before IYO can even process what's happening, Rhea grabs her and launches her into the equipment cases. The crash echoes through the backstage area. IYO crumples to the ground, clearly stunned, clearly hurt. But Rhea isn't done. Oh no. She stalks over to IYO like a predator closing in on prey. She grabs IYO by the hair, pulls her up, and just stares into her eyes with this look of absolute disdain. Then she says something we can't quite hear it clearly, but those who were there backstage reported she said something like, "You were never on my level." Then comes the final exclamation point. Rhea delivers a brutal riptide, right there on the concrete floor. IYO is left lying in a heap, trainers and officials rushing to the scene as Rhea walks away without even a backward glance. The nightmare just became IYO SKY's worst nightmare, and the wrestling world is reeling. So what happened after this absolute destruction? Let's talk about the immediate aftermath and the reactions pouring in. First, let's talk about IYO SKY's condition. Medical personnel attended to her immediately, and while there's been no official update from WWE on any injuries and we never want to see anyone legitimately hurt, the storytelling here has positioned IYO as completely blindsided and devastated, both physically and emotionally. This wasn't just a physical attack. This was the destruction of trust. This was a message being sent. Rhea Ripley just made it crystal clear that she views IYO and probably everyone else in the women's division as beneath her. Now, the WWE Universe's reaction has been explosive. Social media platforms like Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok absolutely erupted within minutes of this happening. Trending topics included Rhea Ripley's name, IYO SKY, and various phrases about betrayal. Some fans are shocked. Some are angry at Rhea for the brutal attack. Others are praising the storytelling, recognizing this as the kind of intense, personal drama that makes professional wrestling so compelling. And you know what? They're all valid reactions because this is what great wrestling storytelling does. It makes you feel something. Fellow WWE superstars have also been reacting. Several women's division competitors posted cryptic messages on social media. Some seem to be offering support to IYO. Others appear to be acknowledging Rhea's dominance, possibly out of fear of being her next target. One thing is absolutely certain: the women's division landscape just got turned completely upside down. Every storyline, every rivalry, every championship picture just shifted because of what Rhea did to IYO. Now let's analyze why this betrayal matters so much and what it means for the future of WWE's women's division. First, from a storytelling perspective, this is brilliant. WWE has been building Rhea Ripley as an absolute monster, a generational talent who dominates everyone in her path. This betrayal solidifies her as not just powerful, but dangerous. She's unpredictable. She's ruthless. She's willing to destroy anyone, even those who stood beside her. This makes Rhea an even bigger threat to whoever holds the women's championship. Whether it's on Raw or potentially moving between brands, Rhea Ripley is now positioned as the final boss of the women's division. For IYO SKY, this creates an incredible character arc. She's been an absolute star, a former women's champion, an innovator in the ring, someone who's earned respect worldwide. Now she has the ultimate motivation: revenge. This isn't about championships or rankings anymore. This is personal. Imagine the eventual payoff when these two finally meet in a singles match. The story writes itself. The underdog who was betrayed versus the monster who betrayed her. David versus Goliath. Technical prowess and heart versus raw power and ruthlessness. From an in-ring perspective, Rhea versus IYO as a blood feud could produce some of the best women's matches we've seen in years. Their styles complement each other perfectly for telling a dramatic story. Rhea's power and striking versus IYO's speed and aerial assault. The psychology practically writes itself. Plus, this opens up the entire division. Other superstars can now align themselves with either side. We could see new alliances form. We could see others try to take advantage of the chaos. The ripple effects of this betrayal will be felt for months. So let's talk predictions. Where does this storyline go from here? What can we expect in the coming weeks and months? Prediction number 1: IYO SKY wants immediate retribution. I expect her to call out Rhea Ripley on the very next episode of Raw. She'll demand a match, she'll demand justice, and she'll make it clear that she's not backing down despite the attack. Prediction number 2: Rhea won't give IYO what she wants right away. The best villains make their opponents earn the opportunity for revenge. Rhea will dodge, she'll send others after IYO, she'll make IYO jump through hoops. This builds the tension and makes the eventual confrontation even more satisfying. Prediction number 3: This leads to a major match at an upcoming premium live event. Maybe it's at the next pay-per-view, maybe they build it all the way to a major show like SummerSlam or Survivor Series. Either way, when these two finally collide one-on-one with a proper build, it's going to be explosive. Prediction number 4: Other wrestlers get involved. I could see someone like Kairi Sane, IYO's longtime friend and tag team partner, coming to her aid. On Rhea's side, she might recruit her own backup or align with other dominant forces in WWE. Prediction number 5: This feud elevates both performers. Rhea cements herself as one of the most dangerous heels in WWE history. IYO gets her redemption arc and proves she belongs in the absolute top tier of the division. Everybody wins, especially the fans. The possibilities are endless, and that's what makes this so exciting. So there you have it, SupleX Rumble family. The shocking betrayal of IYO SKY by Rhea Ripley, completely broken down and analyzed. This is the kind of moment that reminds us why we love professional wrestling. The drama, the intensity, the storytelling, it all comes together in moments like these to create something truly special. Now I want to hear from you. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Are you Team Rhea or Team IYO? How do you think this feud should play out? What match stipulation would be perfect for their eventual showdown? Who else from the women's division should get involved? Let's have a conversation down in the comments. If you enjoyed this breakdown, absolutely smash that like button. Share this video with your wrestling friends who need to know about this insane betrayal. And if you're not already subscribed to SupleX Rumble, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss our coverage of the biggest moments in wrestling. We've got more incredible content coming your way, including match breakdowns, fantasy bookings, and all the latest news from WWE, AEW, and the entire wrestling world. Until next time, keep watching, keep discussing, and keep celebrating this amazing art form we all love. This is SupleX Rumble, and I'll catch you in the next one. Visuals to include: custom graphics with Betrayal theme, split-screen comparisons of Rhea and IYO, text overlays for key quotes, timeline graphics showing the alliance formation, prediction graphics with numbered points.